because they needed to get to people who needed help.
Wow,
so it's really quite a war zone in places.
You know, we actually talked to a man, Mary, in Brimfield who lost his house. He was in the basement and he saw it completely ripped off the foundation and said there was nothing around them and that they hadn't even seen emergency personnel. Have you seen a lot of emergency personnel out there?
We have, and power crews, and you know, Liz, it's so dark out there. Brimfield struck me as particularly as the kind of place that we're going to be really stunned by daylight when we see the aerials and we see the damage there. I think they got hit really hard, and I think we barely know how bad it is yet, because by the time we got there, it was dark, and in fact, we were hitting yet a third cell of heavy rain, lightning. You could barely see, but you knew there were scenes, you know, sort of fire trucks and police everywhere, and there was just a lot of damage, even in the darkness, you could tell.
What a shame. That's a community I've been through many times, Mary, Brimfield, and the people there are so great, and I know tomorrow we'll see a lot of resilience there as they pull together to help each other through this. You have been watching
the same thing.
We'll get back to Mary Saladna in just a moment, but you have been watching continuous coverage of News Center 5's ongoing daily coverage today of these tornado touchdowns, 7 of them here in the Bay State, and it continues now. Powerful, deadly storms rocking western Massachusetts. Just incredible video of the Connecticut River in Springfield. A tornado churning up the river, and you can see it sucking that moisture in. Land, cars, it ripped through that city.
After 3 terrifying hours, this is what was left. Entire neighborhoods torn to shreds, and tonight a state of emergency is in effect.
More tornadoes hit towns like Monson, and it looks like a bomb went off along the main drag there. At least 4 people have lost their lives in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and dozens more are injured at this hour.
And we do know that thousands of people are without power right now, something like 39,000 National Grid customers, 16,000 Mass Electric out in western Mass, and you can see why when you see these dramatic pictures of lightning. These are pictures of lightning hitting the Prue right there. The towns that didn't get hit by tornadoes, they saw powerful and severe thunderstorms.
Right now, we want to take you live to Springfield, where the governor of Massachusetts, Governor Deval Patrick, has arrived, and he is getting ready to speak, and you can see Senator Kerry there in the distance as well. Let's listen in.
With our police department moving forward, we have opened a shelter at the Mass Mutual Center. That is our central location as we move forward. We immediately, in contacting with Governor Patrick, issued a declaration, emergency declaration, and the National Guard to come out and help us not only in search and rescue, but also in the equipment aspects and also in policing. Commissioner Fitchett and his men, we had a mobile unit command center at 50 Maple Street, in which we were working 6-man crews down in the area to do search and rescue and triage aspects. As we move forward, let me get some of the essentials out of the way before I have some speakers speak. School is obviously will not be in session tomorrow. Non-essential city employees, please do not report. And essential city employees, emergency employees know when they have to report, but City Hall will be opened at 10 o'clock and the school department also. I think what is also important is that people need to stay off the streets, assess the situation with your families and your homes, and use common sense if you're coming into your business. That's extremely important. Again, as we move forward, we will have assessments that are being done by our building commissioner, and we're going to be working with FEMA and MEMA officials as we move forward. We've worked with our utilities, Columbia Gas, with Sheila Duran is here, and Bob Coates, who's vice president of WEMCO, dealing with gas situation on leaks to make sure that those have been secured, and also with WEMCO, which Bob Coates will be giving an update pertaining to electricity that has been out. As we move forward, I think it's important to know that we also have heard some good stories of good Samaritans and neighbors who have helped out their neighbors. We have people who have been injured. I think that number's up to well over 40 or so that have been hospitalized, been working with our hospitals. We do believe that there has been one fatality that has occurred. This basically started off from West Springfield, hit over the bridge, really has done a devastating job to our south end area, then moved up into our East Forest Park area, then the 16 acres. Then we were hit again, I believe, in the Indian Orchard area, then a third time, and we've yet to confirm if we were hit on that fourth time.
You've been listening to the mayor of Springfield, Mayor Sarno, talking about the schools being closed tomorrow and requesting that non-essential personnel stay home and stay off the road so they can do all of their assessments that they really need to do. We want to let you know that there were 7 confirmed tornadoes. This is from the National Weather Service. 7 at least confirmed tornadoes that touched down in the towns of Westfield, Wilbraham, Brimfield, Oxford, obviously Springfield, Monson, and Sturbridge. And there may be many more. We're going to go back now to the conference because the governor is speaking.
Emergency responders who are here tonight and represented here tonight for coming together and coordinating so well and so effectively in responding to this extraordinary weather event, and in particular these tornadoes. You've heard the basic data, basic facts as we know them right now here in Springfield. There's considerable damage in West Springfield as well. And as you know, the storm moved from west to east. These storms, the tornadoes, moved from west to east. About 250 people sheltering this evening at the Mass Mutual Center. They have been given clean and dry bedding and been fed and are cared for. And we thank the Red Cross and others for helping with that. Search and rescue teams are out, both Springfield Police and Fire, supported by State Police. We have called out the National Guard. There'll be up to 1,000 guards, men and women, on duty starting now and fully deployed by tomorrow morning. Here in Springfield, they will be mustering at the Armory on Roosevelt Avenue.